Dean needs to go. I absolutely can't stand him now. I'm a Celebrity episode 7, Saturday the 23rd of October. Maura, Richard and Dean were down in the junkyard, absolutely convinced that they were smashing this task, and they genuinely thought they were going to be there forever. However, down in the main camp, Colleen and everybody down there were absolutely raging. They were actually more raging at Dean because he had been part of their camp, and they were like, why isn't it being honest with us? But hello, it's a secret task. That's how these things work. So when Maura, Richard and Dean got their note to say that they had to go and dab a Staffordshire, they were so confident. Oh, it's fine. It's just going to be like yesterday. We won't actually have to do anything. Well, they were in for a shock. Ant and Dec were obviously stirring the pot and they were like, oh, what's the worst thing about being down the junkyard? And as they were saying, oh, we're starving and we've got nothing to do, like they were saying it so confidently. And Colleen was like, no. Like, I felt as if there was something wrong yesterday, like we were suspicious. And Maura was like, oh, is it because I'm such a good actress? But it wasn't because she was such a good actress, it was because Dean is such a bad one. And what made it 10 times worse is that when Colleen was saying what she suspected, he was like, oh, did you just suspect it straight away? And just gave the game away anyway. And I know at that point they had been rumbled, but he didn't even try. He's just so annoying at this point. Like, he can't even do any trials properly. And listen, I'm not trying to say that I would do any better, because 100% I could never be in that situation. But he doesn't even put the effort in. And then when they got caught, he didn't even try and continue to lie about it or anything. I was just like, what is the point in him even being in there? Maura and Richard finally done their first bush tucker trial, and I think that Dean should have had to have got involved as well, because he was down in that camp along with them for the final night. But let's be honest, they wouldn't have got any food if he was involved. I was shocked at how amazing Richard and Maura done at this task, because as I've been saying since she went in, oh, she's complaining already that she's not even had any tasks to do. She's complaining about having to fake being dirty after doing a fake task, but she really went for it, and oh my god, she done so amazing. So did Richard. And I have tasted surstramming before, and let me tell you, this is not a disrespectful comment, right? Because I know it's like a famous dish, wherever it's from. I can't remember where it's from, but it is so bad, and it smells so bad. And I was going to try and eat a tin of it, and it was so bad I couldn't even do it. My friend ended up doing it, and when I was seeing him drinking that cup, I was like, I could actually smell it. I hit the boat so easily. Maura had to eat 2 scorpions. I've ate 2 scorpions before, and they were like this size. And it was just like it was like chewing on dry fingernails. It was horrible. So how she managed to eat the big ones, I was like, ah, yes, you go. When she was eating the eyeballs, like, you would never expect eyeballs to be dry. You would think, oh, sorry, you would think that they would be like juicy. God, I'm even going to get through this video. So as they were eating all this stuff, like, Richard was just going for it. Oh my god, like, am I the only person who's like so impressed that people can eat disgusting things and not just throw up all over the place? I would have projectile vomited, even at the thought of it. Then in the end, when she was eating that vomit fruit, I was playing the computer at the time when it was on. And I can't even say it, but I turned round and she'd like, I can't even say it, right? You know what happened, right? You've probably seen it for yourself. But I turned round at a moment, the worst moment, and I was like, ah. I was actually sitting bolting for about 10 solid minutes after I seen it, and I was like, ah, why did I have to turn round at that exact second? Anyway, moving on. This is me just thinking about it and seeing it. Imagine what I would be like if I had to actually sit and try that. Game over. Everybody in the camp would be starving. On their way back from the trial, they got to show them the junkyard and its hidden secrets. And to be honest, I kind of wish that they had have got to all use that camp for one night, and they could have all have got one bubble bath that would have been good. I think that would have been really nice to see, but hopefully they'll get a chance to win a night in that camp in future tasks or something, because otherwise I feel as if it's just going to go to waste. When they got back to the camp, they had to decide who was sleeping where. Some of them have got mattresses, some of them have got hammocks. And Dean had the audacity to say to Danny, oh, go and sleep over there. I can't remember where it was he was telling him to sleep. But good for Danny, because he actually stood up for himself and he's like, no mate, I've been sleeping over there all week. Like, who are you? Who are you, Dean? You've just bloody well went over to that other camp and had an amazing night's sleep and got all the food that you wanted, and then you're telling Danny where to go after he won all the stars and he did 95% of the work. Well, you only got into one crate. He's doing my nothing. Like, I dislike him. And at first I thought, oh, it's a sin, he's doing his best and all that. But as it's going on, I'm like, do you know what? He's not a nice person. Then Jane had to go for wood and they weren't allowed to go on their own. I didn't really understand why Dean was the one who had to go. I don't know if it was because it was like their chores or something. And I know that the camp leaders can't go. I don't know why Danny or whatever couldn't go, but like, if you know, let me know in the comments. But that's not the point, right? He went onto Danny's bed and went for a nap. Excuse you, first of all. And then when Alan went over to wake him up and say, will you go and help Jane with the wood? And he was literally being so nice. He's like, oh, can you go and help Jane? Do you fancy it? No. And he wasn't being cheeky about it whatsoever. And then he was like pulled him to the side and he's like, oh, it takes me a minute for my contact lenses to work. You need to give me a minute. And he was so cheeky to him. And I know that when you're tired, you can take things the wrong way. Or you can be confused when you've just woke up and like take things the wrong way. But to be honest, I think he was just being an absolute dick. And then Alan was like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. And like, he was obviously feeling bad about it. I'd have been like, wait a minute, Dean. Who the fuck are you talking to? I didn't mean it like that. I was only asking you if you wanted to go for the wood. I am sorry that I woke you up to go and do something for the camp when you have had all the food you could have ate last night, you've had a comfy bed, you've had a bath, and now you have to go down for 2 seconds and fucking help somebody get some wood. And I'm the camp leader. FYI. Honest to God. Like, I just need him to go because I can't stand him. Am I being over dramatic? Probably. Ant and Dec came into the camp to let them know who'd be doing the next bush tucker trial, and it's going to be Colleen and Dean. And I'm glad that other people are getting a chance now, because I was kind of thinking, are people voting for Danny because they don't like him, or is it just because they think he's going to be good at the tasks? And I think it must be because they like him, because let's face it, he hasn't done anything wrong whatsoever. Colleen as well, absolutely, like, lovely person, they're all lovely. And I'm glad that people are getting picked who might actually go in and put some effort in. I really am looking forward to seeing Talisa doing a task, because she is not going to back down to anything. As I'm always saying, if she can be on tour with Dappy, she can do anything. Let me know in the comments what you thought of tonight's episode. And by the way, I didn't even know it was on a Saturday night. So thanks to the person who DM'd me to let me know, because I was just getting ready to not even put it on the night. But anyway, I'm assuming it's on tomorrow. You can let me know. If it is, I'll see you then. Bye!